Well, tonight is not an ordinary night. Thousands of communities across the United States and here on our First Coast are taking a strong stand against crime.
It's all part of National Night Out, and our Eric Alvarez joins us live from the West Side, where police officers are hoping to build stronger relationships with the community while spreading awareness about crime prevention. Eric.
Yeah, hey guys, I am here at Mallison Park, where right now organizers are expecting hundreds of families to spend the next few hours outside of their homes, getting to know neighbors, getting to know JSO. It's all for National Night Out, which happens in all 50 states. Neighborhoods host block parties, festivals, and cookouts to get to know their neighbors and the officers that patrol their communities. Now, Sheriff Mike Williams is getting ready to address the crowd. He plans to visit a handful of these events tonight. Earlier today, I sat down with him where he says events like these can be a lot of fun, but can also prevent crime.
Those are more resilient communities. When there is a crisis, they bounce back quicker. Typically, crime is lower in those neighborhoods. So we know there's an important element to neighbors knowing each other, neighbors being able to talk and interact with us. That's a crime-fighting tool.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Now, just a few minutes ago, I spoke to the man who's making the food here. He tells me he has enough to feed over 350 people. Now, this is the 35th year of National Night Out and the 32nd year JSO and the Jacksonville families have participated. Live in West Jacksonville, Eric Alvarez, First Coast News, on your side.